the actual world.
I thought you were going to say something else.
Can you imagine? Hornets in Boston.
Oh, my Brandon.
Stunning them. By the way, had a heck of a travel stitch. They got in late. Didn't seem to matter at all. It's a 118-89 final. 20 points for Knipple. Brandon Miller with 18. Derek White with 21. But we're going to concentrate on Charlotte here. It's 6 straight wins, 10 straight on the road, by the way. Ooh. All of those 6 are by 15 or more points. Again, I know that it seems counterintuitive because for so long the Charlotte Hornets have just not been a team that we've spoken of positively or at all. And even my brain is having a hard time, even though all of the proof is now right here in front of us. Lou, where are they finishing in the East? Right now they are 2.5 games behind the Sixers for the season.
I gotta say it. I think they're still figuring it out. Like they went on a 9-game winning streak earlier. Lost a game, and now they're on another 6-game winning streak.
Going.
Yeah, 2.5 games out of 6. I say they give themselves an opportunity. There's not a team in the Eastern Conference that's hotter than the Charlotte Hornets. You got to pay attention to that. Like 16-4 in their last 20 games. That's not something that you just say, oh, they're just in a lucky run. No, last night should have opened a lot of eyes. They beat a really good quality basketball team, and they beat the brakes off of them. Beat the brakes off of them. They are a team. Even though they're still in a 9th or the 10th spot, you gotta pay attention to what's going on. And if I'm you, and if I'm any other team in the Eastern Conference, I'm taking them very seriously. They got a very favorable schedule coming up.
Wow.
One of the easier ones to finish the season. If they're going to continue to play like this, I say why not? I think they go out and they put some real deal pressure on going to get. Listen, 2.5 games is a lot.
Sure.
I want to keep it in perspective. 2.5 games is a lot, but if they're going to continue to stay hot like this and be 16-4 in 20 games and have nearly another 20 games left to play, 20-plus games, if they're going to go on another 16-4 run, they're going to put themselves in a position to do it.
By the way, right behind them are the Hawks who've won 5 in a row. This is going to be a really fun stretch.
6 and 7.
It's crazy. It's like a week ago, 2 weeks ago, I thought maybe Milwaukee had a chance to even catch them.
Wasn't that a fun time? Seems like so long.
And they have just been foot on gas, and they have just been one of the best teams in the NBA, and not just offensively. This team's always going to be fun and exciting to watch play. They shoot the 3-ball just because anyone. You've seen historic seasons and numbers shooting the 3-point shot with Brandon Miller and LaMelo Ball and Con Knipple. I mean, these guys are absolutely electric, and now they're defending. They're top 10 defensive rating, first in net rating. Like, now they're doing it on both sides of the ball, and they're maturing right before our eyes. And you guys talk about like a league pass team, like what's the fun? This has got to be one of the more fun teams to watch in the NBA, and they are super dangerous. I love the Kobe White pickup. It just gives them another scoring, playmaking guard. That lineup with Diabetti or Musa is Diabate 20-2. Like, that's not a small sample size that we're talking now. Like, now we're talking 22 games, and they're 20-2 with that young, athletic lineup that can switch everything and they can present multiple challenges for teams. Like, this team is for real, and I do think they have a chance to kind of keep creeping and creeping up.
So this is the lineup he's talking about is LaMelo, Con, Miller, Bridges, and Diabate, and the 20-2 is what they are with them as the starting lineup. Mannix yesterday, we sort of talked about talent, like the actual talent on a roster, and he was talking about Detroit and Boston and who's got more of what. From a strictly talent perspective, are the Hornets more talented than the Celtics?
No. I still think the Celtics.
Position by position.
When you're talking, I mean, we're talking MVP type players on the Celtics with Jaylen Brown,
but not all of them.
Derek White, like USA players. Like I think it's a different level of talent. And Pritchard, now they have more youth. They can present challenges to them as they did. You know how hard it is to go into that arena and work them like they did.
I think they got in like 5. They had like a bad.
Clear. Like Jason Tatum is still on this roster,
and Jason Tatum is coming.
So if we're gonna go position by position, as far as we're talking about more talent, no, they don't have more talent than the Boston Celtics, but they are in a better run right now. But talent, position by position, they're not more talented.
I want to know what my guy Mannix thinks about Missoula's coaching job here last night. I coached this year.
We should have gotten Mannix.
Bring him back.
Just to ask that one question.
But no, listen, we're talking about the Boston Celtics all season long. They have surprised everybody. They are the 2 seed in the Eastern Conference, and no one thought they'd be there. And again, they have all NBA type players. The Hornets are on the rise. They have potential. They are fun. But we're talking 2 different levels here, but this is a hell of a win.
LaMelo, maybe partly why my brain has such a hard time with speaking of the Hornets so positively is just because for so long we looked at a LaMelo Ball-led team as quote-unquote unserious. Like this was just never, we just sort of resigned to the fact that it was never going to be a thing. How big a deal, Lou, would it be for his team to get a playoff berth.
Listen, we had to shed some light on something. The people that they've surrounded him with, the players, the emergence of Brandon Miller, right? We talked about Diabate. We've been talking about Knipple. These are dead serious basketball players, right? These guys come in and they are dead serious about hoop. So when you're LaMelo Ball and you see how these guys are going, you got to kind of conform and be part of the group. And I think that's what's been the most beneficial to him, is putting guys around him that are dead serious about their young careers and want to make a real footprint in the league. So that's kind of curbed some of the things that we've labeled as unserious basketball to him. Also, we got to come to the realization that some of these things is just his style of play. It may be unserious to you, but until you take the time and watch how he works out, the things that he works on, these are real plays to him. This is a real style of play. But also, again, like when you put these guys around him and they're saying, hey, listen, this is the style of play that we feel like suits this team the best, either get with it or get lost, right? Either get with it or get lost. And I'm saying it in a more harsh way because I'm sure that wasn't the conversation. But all of these guys have been able to get on the same page and to be able to shed the unserious label. So if you're still saying LaMelo Ball doesn't take basketball serious, then you're behind on this conversation with the way that this team is playing. Yeah. And the way that he's playing as well with these guys.
Yeah, I think the older he gets, the more mature he gets. And like Lou said, Jeff Peterson, they've added shoot. You know how much easier the game is when you add a guy like Knipple that can just space the floor and let LaMelo Ball do what he does best and create. And he's 6'6", 6'7". He dimes you out, and he makes the game easier for everyone around him. So when he's not that number one guy necessarily, and he could just get everybody in their sets, in their offense, get out in transition, and be that fun, explosive player that we know he can be, I think that's when we're going to see his best. I think he's going to continue to mature. And now we're talking about LaMelo Ball being the point guard on a winning team. We've never talked about that before. So now I think he will start to get the respect and the flowers that he deserves. But you have to give credit to this front office just kind of building this team around him, catering to how he plays, because you can never have too much shooting, and this team has a lot of it.
I remember going in there a few years ago when I worked with the Spurs, and it was like a sad environment in that building because it just felt like there was no positive energy coming. This is just night and day. I'm enjoying the story, actually.
I love it.
Quite frankly. We're going to take a quick break. On the other side, we will get caught up with all things basketball. Yes!
You're going to buy an absurd amount of cookies and chips.
Wine and...
That's the whole reason you go, right?
Croissant.
Yes,
You
sir.
buy everything. It's going to be great.
Tissue, paper towels.
Croissant.
A bevoire.
Dude, we got some games to react to. We're going to have Howard Beck on in a little while to talk all things around the league as well. But we start in the Garden. New York Knicks and the Oklahoma City Thunder. That's fun. A little fun shot there for Chet. 28, 6 of 11 on threes, 8 rebounds. SGA with 26 and 8. Cat had 17 rebounds, did foul out. However, fun fact here as well, New York has not beaten OKC at the Garden since December of 2017.
That's really crazy.
I would have lost that bet if you would have proposed that to me. After the game, the story was the Thunder and how the whistle always seems to go their way. Mike Brown was a little bit heated when SGA wasn't called for his third foul sometime in the first quarter. Had more to say, by the way. Here's Coach Brown.
SGA he's a tough cover, and he does a great job of convincing the referees, probably better than anybody in the league, that he's getting hit.
Okay, that was diplomatic.
That's the nicest possible way to say he's flopping.
Yeah, okay, so that your reaction is?
I don't know why these coaches are